Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Fraud Watch TV. I'm your host, Ringo. On today, what I want to deal with is a very serious topic. For anyone that will join the show tonight, or if you catch the replay, this particular stream is to pretty much give you an insider warning concerning the brand Dualped, which is sold by a YouTuber named Chris Dallas. Today, what we have is actual testimony that pretty much prove what I've been talking about for so long. So, what exactly is going on? All right, let me explain. For those of you who are new to the channel, who may be wondering what exactly is going on, there is a guy on YouTube who go by the name Chris Dallas, and he has a scooter that he sell under the name Dualped. And this particular user, based on all my research, is actually selling scooters that is purchased from Alibaba.com. And he's pretty much selling these scooters at almost 3 times the price that you could get it for. At least double the price or more. So, in my research of watching Mr. Dualped, I noticed that a lot of people have been getting scammed. They've been receiving a lot of faulty information. Mr. Dualped has been marketing his scooter as the fastest scooter in the world. He have been selling people a lot of dreams. And it's very important that you, the viewer, you, the listener, are able to gather the information needed before making any purchases. Because when it comes to purchasing a scooter, you have to understand these scooters are very expensive, you know. So when you're making buyer decisions, it's very important that you get the best deal, the best possible service, and your money's worth. Well, I was pretty much notified, and a video was brought to my attention by a YouTuber. He go by the name Chris Ulmer. Let me make sure that I provide his channel so that you can pretty much know where I got the video from. But, well, not that. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. The video is titled Dualped Scooter Fraud Warning. That's his YouTube channel. You can go over there and subscribe to his channel and show him some support. What I want to focus on is his video, which is 100% proof of what I've been saying all along. And I'm pretty sure there are more people out there that have been scammed. You need to come forward. See, the more of you that come forward, and thanks to Chris Ulmer, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but I thank you for coming forward with that video testimony. It's very important because there are a lot of people who are being misled by Mr. Dualped into thinking that they're paying for something that is high quality, that they can get their money's worth. And I listened to your testimony video, and I can feel your pain. I know exactly what you're going through. It's very unfortunate, and I'm sorry that you had to go through all of that. You know, especially with your conditions and issues, you saw that this particular scooter would be an investment. You know, I see the issue here. So to be going through all of these problems and then having to deal with Mr. Dualped and the nonsense that come with it, it's very frustrating, you know. But the public needs to know this, and I'm sure there are more people out there who have pretty much experienced bad customer service, a product that is very faulty, a product that comes with issues that doesn't live up to its advertisement, because it's just a lot of things that people need to know, and testimony is the best way. Because, a lot of times I make these videos and people think that I'm just here wasting my time. They don't understand that I know what I'm talking about. So your testimony, Mr. Ulmer, is going to help save a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be informed. They are going to thank you for coming forward. And we need more people like you to stand up, because it's unfortunate that you spent so much money after explaining to Mr. Dualped your situation. And then even after all of that, you went through all the nonsense that you went through. So without further ado, for anybody that's joining the show or viewing the show or the replay, I'm Fraud Watch TV. Also go by the name Ringo TV Raw. I've been a YouTuber since 2006. This is not a new channel. I'm very experienced within the YouTube community. I understand when fraud is being presented. I understand when someone is scamming people. This is something that I follow, I witness, and I've exposed on YouTube many times under different accounts. I don't like seeing injustice like this when people worked hard for their money. I really don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it that Chris Dallas is pretty much selling a scooter that he get from Alibaba for the cheap, and then he's selling it for over 2.5 more the amount he paid for the scooter. And then he mislead possible clients, possible customers into thinking that they're getting the best possible scooter on the market. It's all lies. So without further ado, I'm going to go into this testimony video. We're going to listen to it word for word. And then I'm going to add my commentary by pretty much breaking down exactly what I'm hearing. Because this is a problem. And to Mr. Ulmer, if your scooter is still within the warranty and you're having trouble, Mr. Dualped has to honor that warranty. We cannot allow him to get away with leaving you with a scooter that's faulty. There are ways in which this man can be held accountable. Number one, he's being held accountable right now through this live stream that I'm doing, because I take this stuff very serious. Trust and believe, many people are going to watch this video. It's going to circulate, and once it gets into the hands of many people, many witnesses, then they're going to share it. And before you know it, Mr. Dualped is literally going to have to come clean with what he's doing. He's going to have to just quit his bad business practices, because I'm on to him and I'm not stopping, because this is serious business. That's why I created this channel, Fraud Watch TV, because I just don't like seeing people have their hard-earned money ripped from their pockets. People don't have money like that. People work hard for their cash, and they deserve to have quality service and good customer service. And Mr. Ulmer, if you're in the market for a scooter and you want a quality scooter, I highly recommend Mini Motors USA. There's a guy there. His name is John. He's good people. Great customer service, very professional, courteous and kind, go out of his way to make sure that you're taken care of. That is the type of service you deserve, especially when you're spending that kind of money. So without further ado, let me get into this particular video. I'm going to set it up. and then we're going to examine what Mr. Ulmer had to say. And hopefully you, the listener, you, the viewers, who are in the market to buy a scooter, my hope and purpose in doing this live stream is so that you have the knowledge and the understanding from an actual buyer of Mr. Dualped's scooter. We're not just hearing my opinion, because I know there are a lot of naysayers out there and people who are in doubt. When I speak, they feel like I'm just, talking a bunch of hot air. I know what I'm talking about. But today, we have actual testimony from a person who bought the scooter. And this customer actually been through a lot. And they're going to explain in their own words. And there is no way around that. Absolutely no way possible that anybody can deny these facts. So let me turn off my music. Let me turn off my music real fast. Most likely everybody's going to have to catch this show on the replay because it's late at night. New York time, it's about 1:56 a.m. Sunday morning. Let's get into this particular stream. Let me cue up the video, and we're going to allow Mr. Ulmer to share his testimony. We're going to break it down as we go on, and everything should be good. We're going to really get into a serious topic here. Hope you enjoy the stream. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel and show him some support. Post your comments under his video. After this stream is done, I'm going to link his channel in the comment section, so anybody that come here can pretty much go directly to his channel and subscribe. So let's take a listen to this and hear what he have to say.
Hello, everyone. I'm here today to give a dire warning to any person who is considering purchasing a Dualped electric scooter, to any person who is considering doing business with this company in any other way, or this person, the owner of Dualped. As you can tell, this scooter, I am the owner of one of these electric scooters. This is the exact same scooter that is advertised on Dualped.com and on the YouTube channel. I believe the YouTube channel is Dualped Chris Dallas. This is the exact same type of scooter that is in the advertising on that channel. Before I purchased this scooter last year, and I believe it was in August of last year, I started having some serious health problems. I have a neuromuscular disease which makes it very difficult to perform certain daily activities, if not impossible. Therefore, I'm not able to work the way that I used to. So money is very tight for me. And I explained all this to Chris Dallas, the owner of Dualped, before I purchased one of these scooters, and I told him that I was going to purchase one of these. I was interested in purchasing one of these because it was like, I saw it as like an investment for me.
Let me pause it right there because I want to share some information regarding what he just said right there. Based on what we heard from the video, he looked at this particular scooter as an investment. He explained his position on the fact that he's unable to work the way he used to. And he saw this scooter as a solution to help him get through his dilemma. You understand? And all of this he explained to Mr. Dualped, So based on the facts at hand, we can clearly see that this man have the Dualped scooter. He made his purchase, and he's breaking down everything little by little for you, the viewer, to get so that you can understand how serious this is. You know? I mean, think and consider you're unable to perform your daily tasks the way you used to, and you saw an opportunity to purchase a scooter to help you get around with ease, and instead of you getting your money's worth, you're getting headaches and problems. That's unfortunate. So with that said, let me rewind it back a little bit, and we're going to let him explain everything that he had to share. Let's listen again.
I was going to purchase one of these. I was interested in purchasing one of these because it was like, I saw it as like an investment for me. Instead of having to burn gas in my car and spend money on gas or wear and tear on my car. So he knew full well that, I'm not a rich man by any means. I've written a bunch of stuff down here, as you can tell, because I want to make sure that I cover all of the things in my experience that I've been through with this company and this person. First off, Dualped is a company that is located out of Toronto, Ontario in Canada. And I believe that this person also owns a scooter shop. At least that's what he has shown in some of his videos, is a scooter shop, or right outside of a scooter shop. He's filmed some videos right outside of a scooter shop. There's also another YouTube channel by the name of Fraud Watch TV. And I am here today to say that this person, Fraud Watch TV, was 100% accurate with what he's saying. If you go to his channel, if you look at his channel, he is exposing Mr. Dualped and what he's doing in all of his business practices. Fraud Watch TV, apparently that this person knows a whole lot about electric scooters. And to you, sir, of this channel, I just want to say thank you. I think that you are an honorable person, and there is really nothing in it for you to come forth with this truth that you've come forth with, other than to try to help people and help people to keep from getting ripped off. I wish that your videos had been out there before I had made this purchase, but I guess sometimes things just happen. But regardless, I just want to say thank you. Also, I want to say that I wanted to make this video a lot sooner, but due to my health problems, my doctor very strongly advised me to refrain from doing anything stressful, to get into detail about anything stressful. And I'm sure, as those of you watching, getting ripped off a few $1,000s worth is stressful to anyone. So it has taken me several months to recover, to get to the point where I feel now is the time for me to express that what Fraud Watch TV is saying is absolutely 100% true. The first when I placed this order, and I believe I placed the order in August, if I recall correctly, in August of last year, it was less than a year ago. The first scooter that arrived in really horrible packaging. It did not even come with instructions. You think about sending something overseas, you want to protect it. Well, this had very little protection, very little styrofoam packaging, and when I got the scooter out of the box, I realized that this is not the scooter that I even ordered anyway. The scooter that came with it It did not have one of these switches. It only was dual motor all the time. So it was a different model of scooter.
Now, let me pause right there to talk a little bit. Based on what we have heard thus far, Dualped sent this guy a scooter that he didn't order, that was pretty much in dual mode at all times, based on his testimony. He said the scooter didn't come with no manual. It didn't come with good packaging. This is the testimony of a man who purchased a scooter from Chris Dallas. So we're not just hearing my opinion. He's explaining to you in detail what he experienced. So let's get back into this to hear him break it down for you. Let's go.
That came with it. It did not have one of these switches. It only was dual motor all the time. So it was a different model of scooter. And a few things, these are very serious safety issues that came with the first scooter. The throttle did not work at times. So you'd be sitting in traffic and I would have the throttle depressed completely, full open throttle, and it would not respond. I'm sure you all can understand, that is a serious safety issue. The second problem that it had with it, this is the vertical shaft. This is a vertical shaft that is fitting down into a casing, and it makes contact right here at this point, and the handlebars are always supposed to stay in alignment with the wheel. I think that goes with any type of scooter or bicycle or motorcycle, whatever that you ride. But as I would make left-hand turns, for example, when I got out of the turn, the handlebars would be slightly turned, kind of forced into the left. And then I would make another left-hand turn and the handlebars would go even farther to the left. And it was not until you actually got off the bike and forced those handlebars back straight that those handlebars would be in alignment with the wheel. So that was the first thing. And that's obviously, that is a very serious safety issue. Or that's actually, the other safety issue was with the throttle. So I sent this back to Chris Dallas, and I think he realized that that was not the correct scooter that I ordered, and I would have him, at that time, I would have had him dead to right, because if you order anything with your credit card and you do not receive what you paid for, it's on the merchant to make things right. Otherwise, you automatically get your money back, reimbursed through your credit card company. So
let me pause there for a minute. He said that he had to send back the scooter that Dualped sent him, which was the wrong scooter, mind you. Now, I don't know if the cost of shipping it back was pretty much done by Dualped. I don't know if Dualped paid for the cost of shipping or if it came out of the pocket of Mr. Ulmer. I'm not sure exactly who paid the cost because, you know, the weight of the scooter, you know, it factors into the cost of shipping it back. So I don't really have that information, but technically speaking, if Mr. Dualped sent him the wrong scooter, then he would have to provide the cost of shipping it back, not the customer. So a lot of times, if you buy scooters from companies, if they mess up, they're responsible for providing you a I guess a UPS shipping label that they can pretty much email you, and you can either print it out or they can send you something in the mail, and that way you're able to ship the product back. That's one way you can do it. But I hope that Mr. Ulmer didn't pay for the cost of shipping it back, because that would be unfortunate. It should come out of the pocket of Mr. Dualped. Let me rewind this back a little bit and play again. Let's go.
Make things right. Otherwise, you automatically get your money back, reimbursed through your credit card company. So in doing so, I had to exchange my email and phone number. I had to have conversations with him over the phone about this. He said, well, send me back the first scooter and I'll send you your correct scooter. So I packaged the first scooter up, and I lived up to my word, and I sent it back to him. And then I received the second scooter. That's this scooter right here. This scooter, again, it arrived in very horrible packaging. There was not even signature required, no driver's license required. They just dumped it off on my doorstep the way they did with the first scooter.
Now, did you just hear that, ladies and gentlemen? He basically had the scooter delivered to him where they just dumped it off at his door. No signature. It's like they treated it like it was just trash, like no respect. Anybody could have got the scooter, basically. You spend this kind of money, you would expect to have some service that will protect and treat your scooter with respect. It's a vehicle. You don't need it to get damaged, and you don't need it to get in the wrong hands. This is really unfortunate. Let's listen to more of his testimony. Let's go.
Needless to say, I've also had some serious issues with this scooter as well. The first thing I'll say is the battery life is nowhere near what is advertised by Mr. Dualped as being. On a full charge, which it takes about 8 hours, I get no more, absolute tops, no more than 15 miles out of it before I have to charge it back up another 8 hours. Now, that 15 miles also includes only keeping it on a single motor, not dual motor, and it also I'm not going very fast. I'm not opening the throttle up wide open. Most of the time it's about halfway. Mr. Dualped has quite a bit different story on this in his advertising, and I'm here to tell you that is not true. What he's saying is not true with his advertising.
Now, you hear him. He talked about the battery. Remember, Mr. Dualped says that his scooters use Samsung batteries. He talked about how the scooter has a certain amount of range, and you get different options available in terms of the amp hours for the battery. And according to this customer, his testimony is that it didn't even live up to the advertisement. Now, that's very, very telling. And it's something that you need to consider if you're trying to buy a scooter from Mr. Dualped. Because I already know what Mr. Dualped is doing is wrong. I know that. My hope is that you're convinced and you steer clear from purchasing any scooter from Mr. Dualped. Let's listen to some more.
Secondly, I had a charger that was defective, that came with the scooter. Before I purchased this scooter from Mr. Dualped, he explained to me that there would be a 1 year warranty on all parts and service for this scooter. Needless to say, he has not lived up to his word. He effectively laughed at me in a text message that he sent a few months ago regarding this scooter, and I was trying to get him to honor his 1 year warranty. He's not honoring his 1 year warranty. That's fraud in itself. The other
That's crazy. You hear what he just said. He didn't honor his own warranty. Here we have a customer who's having issues. He's trying to resolve it, and yet he's not getting the proper service. That's fraud in and of itself. To have a warranty and you don't live up to that warranty is fraud. You understand? And it is time for the general public to understand that Mr. Dualped is running a very, very bad operation. He's a terrible businessman. His customer service is horrible. And this testimony speaks volumes to what you will experience if you make a purchase. Because when you look at YouTube, you don't see a bunch of people making unbox videos and showing testimony and they're all happy and excited, or you see them on the scooter and they're having fun. You're not seeing that. Because in most cases, anyone who buys this scooter is going to have trouble. You're going to have problems. And when it's time to get replacement parts, when it's time to get issues resolved, you're going to get the runaround of Chris Dallas pretty much trying to tell you what you need to do, or giving you the runaround, and it's going to be very frustrating. How would you feel? You spend thousands of dollars on a scooter and it's just not giving you the performance. I would be upset. I would be very upset. Let's get back into this. Let's listen and let me rewind it back a little bit. Let's go.
His 1 year warranty. He's not honoring his 1 year warranty. That's fraud in itself. The other issue that I've had with this scooter is the brakes. I had to take this to the bicycle shop the other day because I was getting no brakes at all. And after the mechanic worked on it, the bicycle mechanic did fix the problem, but he said there was about that much of the brake pad that was actually making contact with the proper location on the wheel where it needed to make contact with to stop the wheel from moving. And the bicycle mechanic went on to explain that the way that this scooter has been put together obviously has very little to absolutely no quality control.
That is very, very, very serious. That's very serious right there, people. Because he had to take his scooter to a bike shop because the brakes weren't working, which means he's on the scooter in motion and the scooter don't even want to stop. It's like barely stopping. So he had to take it to the bike shop, and it's brand new, mind you. And the bike shop, pretty much the mechanic gave him his thoughts on what he's seeing, and he realized that the pads were not making contact. All of this type of stuff, you shouldn't be dealing with this when you buy a brand new scooter. Everything should be working. I mean, how would you feel you buy a brand new automobile? You just spent $250,000 on a fancy luxury car, and the brakes is not working, transmission is bad, the sound system doesn't work, the wipers don't work, and you just spent $250K. You're going to be highly upset. I know I would. I would be very unhappy, to say the least. So I hope that you, the viewer, are taking notes of this testimony, because this is absolutely 100% raw material. I can't make this stuff up. This is coming from an actual buyer of the scooter. Let's listen to some more.
Very little to absolutely no quality control. I am led to believe, in my assumption, that the scooters, you can order if you check out Fraud Watch TV. If you go to Fraud Watch TV, and he even has a video on how to purchase a scooter from Alibaba.com for a third of the price of what you get it from Dualped. I am under the assumption, after my informed experience with this, that I think that there is a lot more quality control that comes through ordering one of these exact same type of scooters from Alibaba than going through Dualped, being charged 3 times the amount, and getting ripped off that way. Now, I'm just making sure I cover everything here. I know that I made the mistake of purchasing one of these scooters. I felt like at the time that I was doing as much homework as I possibly could. I Googled Dualped. There was nothing that popped up other than the website. I Googled the owner of Dualped, Chris Dallas. None of that popped up. Unfortunately, the videos that Fraud Watch TV has put out were not the guy that does Fraud Watch TV was not aware of the fraud that Dualped and Chris Dallas have perpetrated until just a few months ago. So I wasn't aware of this. I guess I was duped, but so be it. And I find it very important to let those of you, any of you who may be interested in purchasing one of these scooters, to know that that is absolutely the wrong move to make. You don't want to get caught up in this. I don't know if I've said this already, but I wanted to make this video sooner. But because of my health problems, because my doctor had advised me very strongly to refrain from doing anything stressful at the time, I was very strongly advised to not do any of this, in which I haven't, in which I've been focused on healing myself. So I just want to say to you, Mr. Fraud Watch TV, I believe you're a good man. I believe you're an honorable man with integrity. You have nothing to gain by putting those videos out there. And I think that it's incredibly important that any of the rest of you who were ill-informed like I was, you need to listen to him and you need to listen to me. After having gone through all this, I am here to tell you that this is not a company that you ever want to do business with. In my experience, this is not a person that you ever want to do business with, because in my experience, he is not an honorable person. He does not live up to his word in what he says he will do. And in my own experience, he is a very immature person. This is someone who has texted me after the fact. This was just a few months ago. And after I had gone to one of his video channels and tried to warn other people I've gone to one of his videos and tried to warn other people about doing business with him. He texted me and basically came from the perspective of a victim.
See, people? That's exactly how Mr. Dualped will do you. Now, this man said that he went to Mr. Dualped's page to pretty much warn people. But Mr. Dallas was coming off as if though he's playing the part of a victim. You see, if you try to go to Mr. Dualped's page to warn anyone, number one, he's going to block you because he blocked me. I'm blocked from his page, which means I can't go there and make any comments because he's constantly worried about my words influencing anyone. And he constantly lies on me. Like he lied on me and slandered my name many times. Even down to the point where he made a video claiming that I was in a race and how I lost said race and how I'm angry and mad, and that's why I make videos about him. But yet I made a live stream putting out a challenge for anyone to provide video of me losing a race or any sort of thing. I'm willing to pay them. But till this day, not one person could come forward with any footage of me in any race because it's a lie. But this is what Mr. Dualped does. He's a scammer. He commits fraud. He's misleading the people with lies. He slandered my name. And he plays the role of a victim. And if you go to his page to try to leave comments, he will block you. You'll see your comments, but everybody else, they can't see your comments. So it'll give you the illusion that your comments went through when really they didn't. The public is not seeing your comments. He don't want them to hear your testimony. That is why I make these videos on this channel. Because I know people are into scooters and eventually they're going to come to my page and they're going to see these videos. And that's my hope. My joy is when people can see these videos and they can get the truth and know not to spend no money with Mr. Dualped. So with that said, let me get back into this stream here so that you can hear what he got to say. Let's go.
He texted me and basically came from the perspective of a victim. And I just feel sorry for you, man. Obviously, there's just a whole lot of growing up that you have to do that you're not doing, and it's pretty obvious where you set your values. It's pretty obvious to me, at least. And all of these things that I'm saying, this is coming from firsthand experience with having done business with you. I feel sorry for you, man. And so I hope that those of you who are watching this, who don't know anything about this company or this person, that you listen. You listen to me, you listen to Fraud Watch TV, as you can check out for yourself, you can order one of these things for a third of the price of what you're being ripped off for from Dualped. Also, this is a message straight to the owner of Dualped, Mr. Chris Dallas in Toronto, Ontario, in Canada. Sir, you are not to contact me in any way from now on. You are to leave me alone. You are not to call me on the phone. You are not to text me. You are not to send me any emails. If you do, it will be very well documented and recorded, and I will go straight to my law enforcement office and I will press charges against you for felony stalking. In this country, stalking is considered a felony, and I believe it's also a felony in Canada where you reside. Furthermore, I need to tell you that if you try to come down here to where I live and you try to cause harm to me in any way, we as Americans are very well known for having very highly effective methods for defending ourselves, if you know what I mean. Defending ourselves and defending our property. You are to leave me alone, sir. That is what I am going to do for you, and I do not ever want to have any contact with you ever again. I will in no way reach out to contact you ever. The only time that you will ever hear from down here would be is if you are being contacted by law enforcement from down here. You need to abide by that, and you need to respect that. Anyway, to the rest of anyone else watching, thank you for watching this video. I wish everyone the best. Please listen to Fraud Watch TV. Listen to what I'm saying, and be informed and not stupid. Thank you. Have a great day.
Now, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ulmer basically gave you his testimony on what he'd been through so that you can pretty much be informed with what's going on. Thanks for viewing my videos, Mr. Ulmer. I'm glad that they were helpful. I just wish that you were able to see them sooner. I guess maybe when you made your first purchase, maybe I wasn't actually exposing Mr. Dualped. So you probably made your purchase beforehand, and then I came on the scene and started exposing. So, it's a loss, but at the same time, even though you had this experience, you got to look at it as through your sacrifice, other people are now going to be helped. And that's a good way of looking at it. It's a loss, but at the end, you still win. Because through your testimony, it now reached my hands. And I'm able to take your testimony and bring it to the people. And now they can hear your words, which is very truthful, very sincere. I can hear the passion in your words. I can feel the pain. I know exactly what you're going through. And, I wish you the best in your recovery. And, take care of yourself. Don't get too stressed out. Because I could just imagine when you started having problems and then your doctor had to inform you on, you don't want to be stressed. You don't want to do nothing to, mess with your health. So that's really a challenging situation, So I'm hoping that viewers take these videos very serious, because Mr. Dualped is pushing a narrative of me being jealous of him. I don't have nothing to be jealous of this guy about. Like he's putting out comments claiming that I'm a shoe salesman. I don't sell shoes. You understand? I'm a technician. You know what I mean? I work in boiler plants. I am not no shoe salesman. But this is the narrative he's pushing. And he's claiming that I'm jealous of him and all this other stuff. And it doesn't make any logical sense. My point is so that I can inform the public so that they don't get ripped off. Because I know they're going to get ripped off. And ain't no telling how many other people he ripped off. And they may be too ashamed to come forward and share their story. Because they may have seen my videos and it's too late. And they're like, I don't want to say nothing because I'm embarrassed. I just don't feel like, I'm just not going to do business with that guy no more. I'll just leave it like that. That's how some people do things. But you have to come forward and you have to share your story. It's very important to share your story so people can know how real this is. You understand? Let me see what we got in the chat. We have 2 people that came in. Shout out to Jamal for tuning into the show. Shout out to Robert for tuning in. And anyone that may be tuning in the background. Sometimes people don't want to be seen. But You asked, where on Alibaba can I buy the fastest scooter? First, let me break down a couple of things. There's not really, what am I saying? Let me see how I can break this thing down. Because you're asking a question on where on Alibaba can I buy the fastest scooter. What you want is a reliable scooter. You don't want the fastest scooter unless you're planning on dying. Because a scooter is, it's not really, you shouldn't be focused on how fast the scooter is. Speed can kill you. These scooters can really cause you bodily harm. I'm actually recovering right now from a crash, believe it or not. Those who actually know me from my other YouTube channels, they're aware that I had a crash. I had an accident, you see, on one of my scooters. You see? So speed is something you want to avoid. And I wasn't even going fast when I crashed. I was going about, you could say 17 miles per hour, somewhere around 17, 18 miles per hour. And there was a basketball court, and it was like the night before, it was raining, and the floor, the pavement was a little damp. And I rode across it on my scooter at about 17, 18 miles per hour. And I saw some pedestrians walking by, so I tried to slow down, and my scooter fishtailed out of nowhere. It was like in slow motion, and I went down hard. You understand? You know, elbows cut up, ribs are bruised, you know, possible fracture. So I'm in recovery right now. So the last thing you want to be focused on is speed. If I'm selling scooters, I'm not going to be focused on speed. Mr. Dualped is continually promoting his scooter about it's the fastest scooter in the world and the fastest, and it'll beat any scooter. Listen, if you want to die, then go get a motorcycle and go as fast as you want. But when it comes to a scooter, what you want to focus on is quality. You want a scooter that is reliable, a scooter that can get you a certain amount of range, great battery life, quality brakes, and so forth. That's what you want. Now, I can direct you through Alibaba, where you can purchase scooters that will go at top speed around 40 to 45 miles per hour. You understand? But that's the most in terms of speed you're going to get with most of these scooters. You know, around 40 to max around 50. But speed should not be the buying factor when it comes to buying a scooter. Do you understand? Because you're going to learn the hard way. Listen, let me explain something to you. I'm actually glad that I crashed. I'm glad that I messed up my ribs. I'm glad that I busted up my elbows. I'm happy about that. You want me to tell you why? Because before that crash, I was speeding a lot. I was going 40 miles per hour every other day, speeding like never before. Now, what if I would have crashed at 40 miles per hour, 45 miles per hour? I would probably be dead. So I'm thankful that I crashed because it actually taught me a lesson. Now, I wear my gear. I wear, my gear. I had on my full face helmet, my gloves, but I didn't have on elbow, knee pads, or body armor. Well, now I am the owner of elbow pads, knee guards, and body armor. Now, what did it take for me to purchase those items? It took a crash. What I'm suggesting to you is that before you go out there and buy a scooter, don't focus on how fast the scooter go. Because it's not about racing. It's about getting you to your destination. It's about purchasing a vehicle that would allow you to travel from A to B and get there with ease. Rather than taking the car, you could jump on your scooter. It could get you to work. It could get you through traffic with ease. Basic speed for traveling throughout the streets, about 25 miles per hour. The most 30. I'm sure on an open road, you're going to want to gun it. But when it comes to these scooters, you have to understand that most of them are unstable at high speeds. I talked about this in my videos. If you are riding these scooters at top speed and for whatever reason you hit a pothole, a pebble, a rock, or something, you are going to go flying off that scooter, and if you don't have on protective gear, you are in hot water. Do you understand me? So it's not about buying the fastest scooter, because most of these scooters that are dual motor, 5,000 watts, will get you between 40 to 50 miles per hour on the scooter. But on the average road, the speed limit of the road differ. You understand? It ain't like you're going to be on a scooter going 50 miles per hour on a city street with pedestrians crossing, red lights everywhere, potholes, and so forth. You got to be very vigilant, and you have to consider the possibilities. When you're on a scooter, accidents can happen. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you right now, if you buy a scooter, you're going to crash one day. It's a guarantee. It's no matter your riding style, no matter how good you are, you're going to crash one day. Why? Because you never know when that day is going to come. When I crashed and I busted up my elbows and messed up my ribs, I didn't expect that day to happen. Matter of fact, it happened on the eve of my birthday. And the following week, I was going on vacation. So I crashed on the eve of my birthday, spent my birthday home, and my entire week of vacation recovering from the crash. You see how that works? And it had nothing to do with me speeding. It was just unfortunate circumstances that were out of my control. Even though I could have had on some extra protective gear, either way, I was going down. And that's how you have to understand that these scooters, you have to respect them. You got to respect the speed. No matter how fast you're going, no matter how slow you're going, you have to be careful. You have to look at your conditions. If it's wet outside, you got to be extra careful. You got to be on high alert. If you're in traffic and there's a lot of automobiles around you, be watchful of pedestrians, cars, follow traffic laws, learn how to yield, stop at stop signs, don't run through red lights. Use your scooter as you would a car. Don't practice the art of going through red lights because you figure, well, I'm on a scooter, I'll do that. No, don't do that. Follow the traffic laws, do what you need to do, and you'll stay out of trouble. You understand? So I can walk you through Alibaba on purchasing a scooter. But if you're going to buy a scooter today and you really want to know what scooter to get, I would recommend that you go to Mini Motors USA and purchase a Dualtron Thunder. I am a proud owner of a Dualtron Thunder, and I am very happy with the quality of that scooter. It's a machine which gives you everything you need. I'm going to have a review for it soon on my Ringo TV Raw channel. I might just throw the video up over here as well. But they have a variety of scooters depending on your budget. Great customer service. John from Mini Motors USA pretty much have the best service in town. And it is what it is. You just go over there, Mini Motors USA, look at the specs of the scooter and compare it to everything else. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about how fast the scooters go and what's the fastest scooter. That's a poor selling point. You have to look at safety. Safety first. Before you even purchase that scooter, make sure you got your gear. Make sure you got your helmet full-faced. Not no regular bicycle helmet, a full-faced helmet. Any scooter user should be using a full-faced helmet, not a bicycle helmet. Because when you fall off that scooter and you hit that pavement and you don't have on the proper helmet, your face is going to be smashed up. So to prevent your face and your entire mouth from being ripped off, have a full face helmet and practice wearing it every time you ride out. Have good quality gloves to protect your hands, your knuckles, and fingers. Make sure that the gloves have some wrist protection so that you don't rip your veins and bleed out on the road in case you fell. Have body armor on, which is a chest armor that can be purchased to protect your ribs and your chest from impact if you fell. Because you're gonna fall one day. You will. I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to put fear in you. But trust and believe there is gonna come a day when you are going to crash. You understand? So have knee guards, a knee and shin guard, elbow guards. The more protection you wear, the better prepared you will be if you had a fall, because you will have one. You might be the best rider, you might be doing everything right, but it might be just that one day where you just did something, you was probably showing off, you were wobbling the scooter from side to side, you lost control, wiped out. It happens. Trust me, it happens. You know? So that's the main thing that you need to focus on is protection and safety. Shout out Sherelle, I see you in the building. Doing some work on Fraud Watch TV, as you can see. But what I could do, since I am pretty much done sharing that video with the public, is because I already put out videos showing people how to go to Alibaba to pretty much purchase a scooter from Alibaba. I showed people how to do that, but what I can do is I can probably show you how you can go there and make a purchase. Let me see if I can set this page up real fast. Now, I'm gonna take you through this to show you, but my main recommendation for you is Mini Motors USA. They have a variety of scooters there. You can choose from whatever you want based on your budget. I recommend the Dualtron Thunder or Dualtron Ultra. You understand? They have a newer model scooter called the Dualtron X. It depends on your budget, but for most purchases and most people, the Thunder is the most popular. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a screen and I am going to show you exactly how to purchase a scooter on Alibaba, if that's your cup of tea and that's what you want to do. Now, let me see. Let me set this thing up. Make sure I got everything correct here. All right. This is the website, Alibaba. Now, for anybody that's viewing, because I know people are going to view the replay, this particular scooter here is the actual Dualped that the Dualped guy is selling for all types of money and prices, right? You can see clearly that this is the scooter here. Now, if you notice the price, you have $880 here. So you'll be spending that plus the shipping, and they'll ship the scooter directly to your door. It all depends. You got to find out what kind of specs you want. You have to negotiate your price or negotiate what features you want with the scooter with the seller. And that way you're able to get the best deal, because this is the scooter that Mr. Dualped is selling. He actually get his scooters from this particular seller. This seller is the one who sells Mr. Dualped what he have. You understand? This is where Mr. Dualped get it. And then he get his name branded on the scooter, and then he sells it as if though he has a brand name scooter, when really he don't. You know, and I've been trying to tell people for the longest, this is how you get a scooter from Alibaba. The same scooter that Mr. Dualped selling, talking about he got proprietary motors. All of that is lies, man. It's BS. It's a lie. He get his scooters from right here. You see? So now, let me look at some other scooters. Like this. Matter of fact, let me show this scooter right here. Before, let me see. I don't know why I keep saying sorry, we can't show you that when they were showing it to me before. This is weird. They showed me the scooter before, but now they're giving me problems. I was trying to show you a particular scooter. I'm trying to see something. Give me a second here. Let's see. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull something up. Let me see. Trying to find a particular scooter that I found earlier, because on that same site they have a scooter that is their top of the line one, and I'm trying to click on it, and it don't want to go. It's telling me that they can't sell me the scooter to my region, which is bologna sandwiches. Let me see if I can pull it up this way. I'm just gonna do a random search, and hopefully that'll bring up the scooter I'm trying to make you find, or make you see, to be quite frank. This should bring it up. Let me see what we got here. Let me start that music over again. Just bear with me, and we'll get to what you're actually looking for, because everything is being done live. All right, we have a menu here of all different types of scooters. Notice the red one. The red one is the so-called Dualped Scorpion. See how they got it right there? That red one. I'm not sure if you can see it, but we'll get to it in a minute. I'm trying to look for a certain scooter that I would recommend. It costs a little more though. This is the scooter right here. This is supposed to be their flagship scooter. Let's see if it works. Because it was working for me earlier. All right, now it's working now. Before it was saying I can't buy it, but now you could. They're promoting this particular scooter on YouTube. This is supposed to be like their flagship scooter. If you see Mr. Dualped trying to sell this particular model here, calling it the Dualped whatever, please note he got it from this company. The reason why I'm adding this into the video is because this is their newest model scooter. So if there's any scooter Mr. Dualped would try to sell people at crazy prices, it would be this scooter right here. He would take this scooter and put his name on it. You understand? Now for this scooter, they're asking for $2,200 and change for this scooter here. For whatever reason, this thing must be packed with all sorts of features. 5,000 watts. You know, it's packed with a lot of features. It's up to you if you want to purchase. It seems to be their top model. But if you don't want that and you want to buy one of the scooters that is like the Dualped Scorpion, if you're interested in that, then you can get that from this site as well. They got that scooter here as well. Let me Let me go to that. Let's see. Let's scroll down. Got to be here somewhere. Maybe I passed it. We know the red one. We know what the red one looked like. But I'm looking for the black one. I don't see it. But it's in here somewhere. The black one. Oh, here we go. It's on the side right here. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it'll work or not. All right. Yeah, there you go. That's supposed to be the Dualped Scorpion Plus, the black model. See? And notice the price. You know, they're selling it here for $16.15. Mr. Dualped is not selling it for that price. And in some instances, you could get it cheaper. You see? So you really got to pay attention to how you do this thing. Again, you go on Alibaba, you register for an account, you click contact supplier, right? You click contact supplier, and basically you let them know that you would like to order a sample, which is pretty much one, and you would like to know the shipping costs and the you would have to present what exactly you want in the scooter, like battery, any other features, a charger, a fast charger, extra tires, depending on what you're looking for, and then have them provide a particular cost of how much everything is going to be. You see, this particular shipping price here is crazy. That's for express. I guess if you want it express shipped, that's $700 and something. But if you just want the basic shipping cost, then they'll have to negotiate a price with you. It takes about 1 month for the scooter to be delivered. It's coming direct from China, so you would have to wait for it. This is the same exact scooter that Mr. Dualped sells. You notice the company has their brand on it, but when you order this particular scooter from them and you're in business trying to sell scooters, you can have your own name put on the scooter, and that's what Mr. Dualped is doing, but he's ripping people off. The only downside when ordering scooters from Alibaba, if I can explain, is that when you have missing parts or parts that is damaged, let me take the screen off. When you have missing parts or you have the need of a new throttle, a new display, battery, tires, whatever, then if you order directly from Alibaba, it's going to be difficult for you to get replacement parts. You can get them replaced depending on the type of seller that you purchase it from, but keep in mind it's going to take you about another month to get those parts. So when ordering a scooter, sometimes you got to think ahead and say to yourself, if I'm going to order this scooter, it's best to order it with the best possible battery life. That way my battery can last me a long while and I can get a long range out of the scooter. You understand? It's good to buy an extra display, extra tires. What else? You may need an extra charger to charge the scooter faster, a fast charger. There's different things you should consider when ordering. That way you can sort of future-proof your scooter. I mean, I personally know how to service my scooters. I know how to service them. I found sources and places and websites where I can order tires from. You can always order parts through AliExpress. That's another site that you can order parts from. You can order hub motors, anything you want for your scooter. Once you get the hang of how these scooters operate, the controllers, the batteries, and so forth, you'll pretty much learn what you need to purchase. And then you could just go on Alibaba, AliExpress, and you can find sellers that are selling replacement parts. So there is still a way for you to get what you need. You just have to have the knowledge on how to pretty much fish through the internet to find exactly what you're looking for. So you can order that scooter if that's what you're looking for, but again, you got to wait for it. And I personally would rather you have a Dualtron Thunder for many reasons, but it's up to you. It's your money. If you want to buy this scooter, then it's up to you. It is what it is. So that's all I'm going to say for tonight. Again, you can go to Alibaba. You can watch my videos. I gave information on how to purchase these scooters from Alibaba already. I hope that you enjoyed this particular stream from the testimony. And you learn that Mr. Dualped is in fact a fraud. And he did that man dirty. The amount of issues that he's going through is not good. And he said his scooter is still under 1 year. So technically speaking, he should be taking advantage of that warranty. But Mr. Dualped is not trying to honor it. That's a problem. He should be honoring the testimony. I mean, not a testimony. He should be honoring the warranty, and that's bad business practice. Very, very bad business. You should be able to honor the warranty so the customer is happy. I'm just glad that I was brought that video was brought to my attention so that people can see it and hear the honesty in what he had to say. So I appreciate everybody coming out to the show, even though we don't have no large crowds or anything like that. But it's still cool that some people showed up at least, and some people are tuning in. And with that said, everybody that catch the video on the replay, I hope that you share the video. If anything, make sure you share this video with others. Share it with all scooter lovers. Go to every forum, share the video everywhere you gotta go, so that you can get the word out. And I hope that everybody out there rides safe. Make sure you're wearing your protective gear. It's not about how fast you go. My Dualtron Thunder, I think top speed on that is probably 50 miles per hour. And I'm hearing some people got even faster speeds, but it's not about speed. It's about being smart. You want to live to see tomorrow. So don't push the pedal to the metal too fast. If you're new to scooters, don't be a hero. Don't act like you're Superman. You will crash, and it's going to be very painful. So get your protective gear. Gear up. Go out there, have fun. Enjoy your life. And that's pretty much it. This is Fraud Watch TV.